What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving away a load of value and I'm breaking down the exact 9-step research process, which is basically our full agency SOP on how you can make ad creatives that resonate. Now, we've used this exact process to add over 6 figures in MRR to our clients, cut CPAs by 65%, and a lot of people make the mistake of not doing proper research when they're creating ad creatives or Facebook ads. So this document is really juicy, lots of value, giving away probably the most value that we've given on this channel. So it's really important that you guys watch this and try and translate it into your research process to make better ad creatives. So we're starting with this quote from Abraham Lincoln, and I know it's a little bit cringe, but it's the truth. And he says, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." Now, it's really important that this translate into our research process as well, because we want to spend 80% of our time doing the research. And if we put the proper research in place, we follow this 9-step process and we use it efficiently, then it's going to make the brief writing process, making the ads, so much quicker. So I genuinely think the research should be 80% of the work. The script writing should be easy if you've done your research right. The editing should be easy if you've done the research right. So research is the foundation of your ad creatives, and it's where you'll determine the success of your ads. Like I just said, a lot of people sleep on it, but it's really important that you follow it, you get it right, because it's going to increase the performance of your Facebook ads. And if it's done correctly, it'll make producing your briefs, writing scripts much easier, and easily 2x the success of your ads. So why is this important? In a market that's growing rapidly, creatives are what sets you apart from your competitors. Everyone is trying to target your customers. The brand with the most personal and targeted message will be the one that resonates with the customer the most. The only way to resonate with your customers is through in-depth research. If the customer relates to the ad, they feel like we're talking to them, they'll feel like the product is specifically for them. So this is how we make banger ads that scale to heights your ad account has never seen before. It's all inside the research process. It'll make your script writing better and more efficient. It'll make the editing quicker and more efficient. Everything stems from the research process, so it's so important that you follow these foundations. Now, I'm Adam. In 2022, I founded Media Engineered, an ad creative agency for D2C brands, together with my brother Ryan. And since then, we've generated millions of dollars across various different niches for our clients. There's some links where to find me here, and there's some actual YouTube videos you can go ahead and watch, and I think you'll get some value from that if you did get value from this as well. So what's inside? We're going to break down some 2024 paid ads trends to basically break down why the research is important, give you an overview of the process, show you how we reverse engineer existing ads, break down our review mining process with AI and manually, competitor ads deep dive, PubMed, Reddit and Google, community research, brand review, and then the bridge between winning ads and research. So how do you take all of this information and turn it into winning ads? Because it's so important. You can have the best research in the world if you're just doing it as a tick box exercise, but if you actually want to make winning ads, it's important that you make that bridge, and that's what we're going to go through. So 2024 paid ads trends. AI has taken over again. So the actions you used to take inside your ad account would literally determine the success of your business. Things have changed a little, as you know, if you're probably watching this. So each ad platform is investing billions into new technology on their platforms with the goal of creating an ecosystem for their advertisers to spend more and more money. Their whole entire goal is to make the platform more streamlined and efficient with less competence required from users. We're now beginning to see this inside ad accounts with easier, quicker setup times. And I'm sure you've seen this, so it's a lot easier to set up Facebook ads. You don't need to be as smart to be able to run them. I've got friends running 6-figure ad spend monthly, and they've got no media buying training. So that just goes to show how much it's changed in the past few years. You could never have done that a few years ago. So what does this mean for you as someone who's looking to make their creatives, who's looking to improve their Facebook ads? So in the past, you could set your business apart with advanced targeting, campaign structures, and other media buying techniques. Now everyone is on a level playing field when it comes to your ad account. The only thing that places your brand ahead of your competitors and makes you stand out is your ad creatives. So if you think everyone's the same inside the ad account, everything's equal, because the media buying techniques, they don't put you ahead as much as they used to. So literally everything's the same other than your creatives. So this means that brands, D2C brands, now more than ever, need to have a creative system in place. And you can see this little graphic that I've set up here. In the past, 2018, you could have advanced targeting, surf scaling, campaigns set up to put you ahead. Now it's all just ad creatives. Now, I'm going to give you an overview of our research process before we get into it. So as I said, the success of your ads is determined here. So writing an ad without proper research would be hopeless. We take this time to understand your customers, find out what's worked in the past inside your ad account, what's working in the industry right now, and what USPs your brand has that we can leverage in the ads. We use this information to write briefs that the customer will relate to and have a high chance of performing because we've built out these ads from past data. So it's very important that we use past data, and that's why previous ads analysis is so important. Now, a pro tip: create a document to compile all of your research. It sounds simple, but this one action will give you a bird's eye view of everything you know about your customer. You can then go ahead and handpick the most valuable data. So whether it's Google Sheets, Google Docs, ClickUp, Notion, whatever platform you use, make sure it's all in one place clearly so you can go and just handpick that information. Now, I'm breaking down the problem with most brands' research process, because most brands and agencies, unfortunately, research sucks. So it's a tick box exercise completed to make their boss happy or to make them feel like they've done what's required. It's too surface level. You really need to twist the knife when it comes to your customers' emotions, which is savage, I know. So when you identify a customer's pain point, goal, or objection, don't just state it, build a storyline around it. Highlight how addressing this led to a positive outcome or transformation. Let me give you an example. So when you're writing a brief for a running trainer brand, for example, this Nike Pegasus Plus, through your research, you've discovered a pain point that your customer stopped running due to foot pain. So you find out that you do the research, and a lot of people are stopping running because they get foot pain, which is often caused by their trainers, or they're looking for a solution to try and solve this problem. There's two ways that you could use this information in your ads. These trainers have extra comfort and support. So you're literally just stating, this can fix your pain point. Or you could say, these trainers have made me love running again. They're so comfy. Now, both have their pros and cons, but in terms of highlighting a pain point and digging into it and showing a solution, this is going to get more people on side. People are going to be more interested in it than just stating these trainers have extra comfort and support. This is very surface level. This is building a bit of a storyline, and people are going to be interested in it. So you can see the difference here, and this comes from your research, really. This slight tweak in copy makes a world of difference when it comes to crafting resonating ads. The ability to write copy like this comes from your understanding of the customer, which is built during the research process. This is why it's so important not to make this just a tick box exercise to make someone happy. This process should be where you take the time to understand how your product affects your customers' lives. So let me give you some more examples of surface level copy versus expert copy. These examples all come from your understanding of your customers, aka the research. So, coffee. This coffee helps me stay awake and focused. I used to dread early meetings, now they're my favourite part of the day. For a vacuum cleaner, this vacuum cleaner has strong suction power. This vacuum cleaner made my house feel brand new again. I love the look of this car cover. All my neighbours have been complimenting my new car cover. So you can see how we're going with this. We're just building emotion and building a storyline. And all of this just comes from your research. If you find that customers are actually saying this stuff, then it's so valuable, because if they're saying it, other people are probably saying it in the market, and it's just authentic. Gym wear. So this gym wear is amazing. My boyfriend doesn't stop complimenting me when I wear this. This coffee machine has a fast brewing time and multiple settings. This coffee machine starts my day right with a perfect cup in minutes. So you're getting the same thing across in all of these, but you're just using emotion and authenticity to get it across. And all of this comes from having a great understanding of your customers and what they want from your products and what they want in life in general. And that's a kind of little bonus point there. If you can understand what your customers want from life, they want validation from their boyfriend, They want to have a good start to the day. Maybe if your target customer is a young girl, for example, 18, 22, whatever, or the coffee machine, you're targeting more corporate people who are going to be having rushy mornings, um, or people who are, conscious about what their neighbours think about them. All this stuff comes from the research. Now, don't just copy your competitors. So please do not load up Magic Brief, stalking competitor ads, and then replicate them frame by frame. It doesn't work. Copying 9-figure giant Nike's ads isn't going to work for your 7-figure brand. Different status, different audiences, different positioning. Even if you replicate their ads perfectly, they won't perform as well. So you need to find what works for your brand. Now, here's Media Engineer's process. We break it down into 4 key pillars, and that gives us the ability to understand your market. So there's previous ads, which is the number 1 data point. There's understanding your customers, which is the second most important. Your brand's USPs, which is third, and competitors' ads, which is fourth, and so important to get a good understanding of the industry. And if you combine these all together, it's perfect. And within each of these, we make sure that we hit them pretty much by taking different steps to ensure each one of these 4 pillars is covered during our research process. Now, reverse engineering your previous or existing ads, and this comes into your previous ads category. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel sometimes. There's no need to try and start from scratch every time you make a fresh batch of ads. If you've got winners inside your ad account, you need to break them down to understand why. So don't neglect the ads that didn't do so well either, because you can also learn from those too. If you've got a load of ads that didn't do well, okay, what's the difference between those and your winners? And let's avoid that. If you have a significant amount of data inside your ad account, you should be using this as your main focal point when making new ads. So know your numbers. This is something that's so important to us at the agency, because before your ads are even launched, we make sure that we are aware of the KPIs we're trying to hit. The main one we focus on is cost per acquisition, which might be named as cost per result inside the ad account. We focus on this mainly because ROAS is, of course, it's out of your control. You don't know how much they're going to spend. You don't know their lifetime value. ROAS can be interesting to look at, but we just choose to focus on how cheap we can acquire one customer for. That's just what we optimize for. Therefore, we can always know that our break-even CPR and target CPR before we analyze our ads. So it's something that's important. We won't, run the ads without knowing what we're trying to achieve. So here's a simplified way of calculating your break-even CPR. So you have your selling price at $50, cost of goods and services $20, your gross profit is $30, break-even cost per result is $30. Now, obviously, it's going to look a little bit different for you when you include shipping and all your other stuff like that. But that's a simplified way of knowing, okay, if we can get someone for $29, $30 and below, then we're winning pretty much. Now, column setup. So let's go with Meta, since that's the most common platform we run on, and most people run on as a primary platform. And below you can see our recommended column setup for Meta Ads Manager when you're breaking down previous ads. So amount spent, results, cost per result, frequency, CPM, reach, impressions, unique outbound click-through rate, cost per unique outbound click, hook rate, hold rate, video average playtime, and post shares. So this is what we optimize for. We sometimes throw ROAS in there for interest, but really good way to see a full spectrum of what you want to kind of optimize for. We break it down into 2 sections. So we have, is it working? And that's the first 3. And then we have, why is it working in the last bunch. We simplify the data analysis process by splitting it into 2 sections. Is it working? Why is it working? And following this structure will give you the ability to clearly define winners versus losers. And that's so important. Make sure you're optimizing everything equally. You're judging everything by the same measuring stick. You're not, measuring some by cost per result and some by ROAS. And the reason we do this is because simply, is the ad making you money? That's all that matters. You could have the best, I speak to some people and they're saying that, I've got the best click-through rate, the best hook rate. It doesn't matter. Is the ad making you money? The rest is kind of irrelevant if it's not making you money. So to determine this, we use the amount spent, cost per result, and the results. There's no universal law for a winner, but if there's an ad that's got spent the most, it's got the most results, and got the lowest cost per result, this would be the best ad in your ad account. But obviously that's not always going to happen, and that's rarely going to happen. Sometimes it makes common sense, where most people are screwed here, to analyze the data and see if the ad's only spent $100 but achieved 2 results and falls way under your CPR target. It's not a winner. And this is kind of hard to get across when you're teaching someone for the first time, but it does require a bit of common sense. If it's only spent a little bit but it's got the best CPR in your ad account, it can't be classed as a winner. It's definitely got potential, but if it's not spending, then it's not a winner. So you need the combination of all three "is it working" columns to find a winner. If your ad has significant spend and CPR falls under your target, it's a winner. And that's kind of the blanket statement, really. You can use all these latter metrics and KPIs to reverse engineer winning ads further, or maybe you've got a losing ad that's got a high hook rate. Could you put that high hook rate on a winning ad? And you can I like to say, Frankenstein ads together. So it's a really good way. These are your soft metrics, I like to say. These are the hard metrics. You use these soft metrics to kind of Frankenstein ads together, put ads together that haven't performed with ones that have performed, and get the most out of your ads. So what you're looking for, once you've established what ads are winners, you now need to break them down so you can recreate elements of the ad going forward. So ad format, is it a video, GIF, image? Hook, what did the ad do well to capture the attention of the viewers? We have angle, so identify the main selling point and target point. Example, overcoming low energy, back pain, etc. Concept, so identify the main creative concept or style of the ad. So is it a testimonial, product demo, educational, us v them? We also have target audience, so determine the target demographic. For example, moms over the age of 35 who live in Canada. Okay, so the video just got completely cut off, but we're going to start again. I think we were around here. So pain point, what is the pain point mentioned in the ad? So most products solve several pain points. Example, mushroom coffee, different brands market their products differently. So some will target bloating as a pain point, others will be brain fog, others will be dependence on coffee, anxiety, energy levels, etc., 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 and some will target all of them. Inevitably, some of these pain points will resonate with your customers better than others. Those are the ones you want to focus on, and ideally, probably, these pain points will also have the highest target addressable market, because that's what the market is telling us they want to be solved, if that makes sense. Of course, there'll be other instances where your customers and your brand is positioned differently, that it targets pain points that aren't the highest TAM. We also have desired outcome. So what is the desired outcome mentioned in the ad? What is it that they state they want to achieve? What has the product enabled them to do? Example, a product that aims to fix neuropathic pain. The desired outcome would be able to play with the grandkids, go on runs again, hikes again, able to spend more times outdoors with their spouse. Now, if you can mix this into your ad well, you mention the pain point and you really dig deep with that, then you also mention the desired outcome and you dig deeply with that, then you're going to have a winning ad for sure, as long as your product is actually good. So common enemy, that's a good one as well. Does the ad create common enemy with the audience? Example, an ad might target the billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry as the common enemy. Failed solution, so are there any failed solutions mentioned in the ads? If so, what are they based on? So speed, convenience, short-term, long-term solution. So why did they fail, And an example would be pain meds, expensive physiotherapy, chiropractor visits, weird gadgets, online classes, etc. So this is really good, because if you can mention the failed solutions, you're going to make them resonate with the ad pretty much. And the common enemy is really, really powerful as well, because you get them on side and you get people behind your, basically backing you up. So we have a load of different awareness levels, and it's really important that you understand this, because it will basically determine how you're going to write the ad and who you're targeting in the ad. For example, if you have prospects at the stage where they're unaware that they've got a problem, then it's going to be a very different ad to someone who's very aware that they've got a problem, they're aware of your brand, and they literally want to buy. So for example, did you know there could be entities up to 42,000 in rebates as a 1099 self-employed person in the United States? That is calling out the target audience who might be a 1099 self-employed person in the US. However, it's also educational because it's asking that question, it's educating them. So this might be for new brands, smaller brands. We also have problem aware, so where the prospect realizes that they've got a problem, but they're not yet aware of the solutions to solve it. So Eugene Schwartz basically came up with these different awareness levels, and he says the prospect has not a desire but a need. He recognizes the need immediately, but he doesn't yet realize the connection between the fulfillment of that need and your product. We have solution aware, so the prospect is very much aware of the problem and they're researching and discovering solutions. Product aware is they're actively researching different products or services that will solve their problem. And the most aware is the prospect is pretty much ready to make a decision and buy, but they probably just need something to push them over a line. So it's really important that you understand this, and I genuinely think after we started looking at awareness levels, our ads got so much better. And if you can break down your winning ads, every one of these, you're going to have such a good understanding of where you need to go next, what ads you need to make, what you need to be targeting, and honestly, your results will just 10x. So how can you make more winners? Once you've extracted all the information you can from your ads, you can begin to look for themes. If you do this process right, you'll find some really interesting points, and if you don't, it's because you probably haven't gone deep enough. If there's something that crops up several times across your winning ads, if there is, this should point you in a really positive direction on what ads you can make next. It's important to avoid getting too smart here. You've found what works, keep making ads around these angles, concepts, pain points, or whatever it is that's working. There will be a certain style of ad that resonates with your customers. When you find it, build from it. Conduct smaller tests on things that have potential, but the bulk of what you're creating should be milking the winners as much as possible. Now, a pro tip here, use both your successful and unsuccessful ads in learning points as learning points. So if you can understand why something didn't work, then you can avoid making these same ads in the future. Now, here's an example of when we reverse engineered an ad of our clients to make successful ads. So it's very simplified, but we had, in the first round, we had 2 briefs perform exceptionally well. Every ad in the brief performed, ad spend was scaled, and they were well under the cost per result. One brief was playing on the fact that Bella Hadid wore this necklace, and the second brief was targeting the angle/pain point of jewelry that tarnishes easily, and it was also shot on the beach. Now, in the second round, we took these 2 angles and we made combinations of these. So both the Bella Hadid and the anti-tarnish benefits, and we got it shot on the beach again. So the angles were so clear beforehand. We did the research, we created our strategy beforehand. They made the second round, it made it glaringly obvious what we had to do next. It wasn't rocket science. These 2 briefs were the best performing briefs in the second round of creatives, and it's because we followed this process, we understood the ads really well. Sometimes it won't be as glaringly obvious as this. It'll be more difficult to find why ads worked, why some didn't work, and this is when you need to have a deep dive into the elements I've listed above. Now, an action set for you here. So go inside your ad account, identify a clear winner, then reverse engineer it by breaking down into the elements that I've listed literally on the previous page. Once you've broken it down, analyze these results straight in front of you and plan out how you can recreate this winning angle into a new ad. Honestly, if you follow this, it will be very, very simple for you. Now, review mining. So review mining is a really good process to get true customer insights. It's a process of sorting through your customer reviews to take away key learnings about their emotions and state of mind. Review mining is a great way to read your customer's mind and understand their thoughts. So if something is so important that people feel inclined to go and leave a review, then it's probably a pretty big deal to them. And the chances are other people in the marketplace feel like this too. So review mining has proven itself as a really successful way for us to find new customer insights. And you can see here the graphic of what people are saying to each other. And this is literally what it is. If you can go to reviews, you can go to forums, go to Facebook pages, whatever it is, and find people talking to each other, it's really good insights for your ads. So what do you want to extract from this process? It's customer emotions. So all of these are customer emotions. So pain points, I'm not going to break it down each of these, but you get the point. Pain points, you have objections, so this won't work. Failed solutions, saying this hasn't worked in the past for me. Desired outcomes, so what people are trying to achieve by getting your product. Purchase prompts, so what made them buy? Was it a friend? Was it a discount? Why did they buy from you? Value propositions, so what have your customers achieved, and what does your product offer that your customers keep mentioning? So how does it make them rich? How does it improve their lives? So the first way you can do this is by scanning your website. So there's two methods, old school and the new age. We'll start with the OG method. So pull up your website or anywhere that has real customer reviews. Obviously, don't use fake reviews. If you don't have reviews, use your closest competitors. So someone who's literally selling the exact same thing as you to the exact same customers. If you can get that, then perfect. Head to your review section and begin manually scanning through the points I listed above. And you're trying to extract these points from the reviews. So here's a good example. I think this is from Rise, yeah? So here's what you can take from it. Let me just read it out quickly. Delicious and love it with my morning routine. Pleasantly surprised by how delicious it was. Can't taste the mushrooms, have it hot or cold. Nice packaging, well thought out. You can feel the love and time. Thank you for having an amazing product. So I know for that I went on the website and I found this in about 10 seconds. It's a great example. So here's what you can take from this review, sorry. It tastes delicious and they appreciate that it doesn't taste like mushrooms. They love the benefit of being able to drink it hot or cold. The packaging's super cute and they love that it's well thought out. So that's so much value. You can literally take all of those and use them as angles. So pro tip here, use both the negative and positive reviews as learning and inspiration for your ads. There'll be more on that later, but you can use the negative stuff to handle objections. So did they hate the fact that it had bits in? You can talk about how this certain one doesn't have bits in, for example, if you're talking about a drink or whatever. And that's when you can use competitor ads really. Is there any USPs that you have? And you can leverage that in your ads. Obviously, don't lie. You could use any of these points in your ad. Really, really good points here. This method works super well when you're trying to make a testimonial style static or UGC ads. So you could take any of these and slap it as a headline on a static ad. So action step, go ahead and do some review mining for your brand, both the OG and the new age method, which I'm about to show you. But first, start by manually identifying 5 ads that clearly mention your customer's emotions and the elements listed in the section above. So remember, you've got all the elements above that I spoke through. Scan the website and look for those. What are people trying to achieve? What pain points, etc. Now, ChatGPT review mining. This is the new age method, aka cheating, but everyone loves to cheat sometimes. So you have to be super careful with AI as it has a tendency to spew out total rubbish and not tell you. So it'll have you thinking that you're review mining, but it's just making these up. So it's super important that you don't rely on AI and you always cross-reference it manually. With all that said, this is a super effective way to get loads of information about your customers rapidly. Load up ChatGPT, start up a new chat and name it after your brand name. Now copy and paste the prompts that are on the next slide and this will literally do everything for you. Now I'm not going to read out this prompt list. You can get access to this in the description of the video, but you can literally copy and paste each of these and it'll break down the pain points, desired outcomes, everything that we spoke about. It's all here and it'll give you a really, really detailed information about your customers. Now, you might have to paste in the reviews because here we've got insert brand review page. This usually works for us. Sometimes you might need the ChatGPT 4. Sometimes it just won't work. Make sure you double check at the end that it has actually gone to the website and got the reviews. If it doesn't work, you'll have to paste the reviews in, but still so effective for getting everything that you want in literally seconds. So I love this and it's a really good method. So ChatGPT review mining summary. So you can really take this as far as you like and keep digging deeper and deeper to find out more about your customers. Those prompts are surface level, I'll admit it, but you can take those prompts and it wouldn't make sense for me to keep digging deeper when I haven't got the results. You can keep digging deeper when you want to find more about a certain emotion and stuff like that, and you can literally ask it, tell me 5 desired outcomes for my ICP, etc., etc., and you can use those customer emotions that are listed above. So action step, open up ChatGPT, copy each of these prompts in, see how it does, follow the prompt list, and then note down how you can use the answers in your ads. So I want you to literally pause this video, go ahead, do that, and see how you can find any points that can be used in your ads. Now we move on to competitor ads deep dive. So the purpose of this analysis is to find inspiration for your ads. If an industry is riddled with a load of similar types of ads, so targeting similar angles, using similar concepts, there's probably a reason why, and that's because it's working. The points we look for are effective hooks, shot ideas, creator type, offers used, frameworks used, and a pro tip here, don't ever copy your competitor ads, no matter how much you want to. Taking inspiration is completely different from completely copying ads. There's so many reasons why this is just a bad idea. Just don't do it. Be creative, and you probably wouldn't like that done to you, so just don't do it. Now we have types of competitor ads. So we have direct competitor ads. So these are the competitors selling the exact same solution as your brand. So mushroom coffee. We have solution competitor ads. So these are the competitors selling a different solution to the same problem your product solves. So weight loss pills versus weight loss tea. Then we have industry ads. So these are the ads that may not be in your direct competitors. They might not be selling similar solutions to the same problem, but they still serve the similar customer as you or operate in the same niche at least. So running shoes versus leather boots. They're not really solving the same problem, but they're in a similar industry or the same industry kind of. So filtering ads, we need to be filtering the best performers only. So we don't want to be wasting your time looking at bad ads. We want to be looking at ads and extracting data from the ads that have over 1 million views, as this indicates that they have spent a decent amount of time or they've been running for at least 90 days to 6 months. That's what you want to be filtering for. So you can see the views on TikTok and Facebook, I think, and some platforms will tell you that. Also the runtime, if they've been running for 3 months, they've been running for 6 months, then you don't know that they're really good, but you know that they've done well. So this is another reason why you don't just copy competitor ads. There's no guaranteed way to know how successful it was without knowing their exact metrics, which you'll never know. Now, platforms to find ads. So you have Magic Brief, which I use personally, TikTok Ads Library, Facebook Ads Library, and Twitter. So they're the 4 platforms we're going to be breaking down. Magic Brief, first of all, go ahead, make a folder inside Magic Brief, name it the brand name, search for ads using competitor names, keywords, and product names, filter the ads using runtime, ad score, and other filters, and make folders to categorize each of the ads so you can come back easily and refer back to the ads. So you can see an example here. It's really effective. You can just search in the brands, you can follow brands, filter by different filters to find winners, runtime. Really, really effective way to do it. We have TikTok and Facebook Ads Library, so search for ads using competitor names, keywords, and product names. Scroll back to see ads that have been running for the longest duration. Use the filters to get more targeted results. And a pro tip here is you can download the Magic Brief Google Chrome extension and add the ads you find in TikTok and Facebook Ads Library to the client's folder inside Magic Brief. This is useful to get up-to-date ads all in one place. So yeah, really, really useful. Now we have X, Twitter, and it's a good place to find really good clips, really good hooks, good B-roll shots, because experts are only sharing the best, and that's what I really use it for, like good hooks or kind of shot ideas, because you know that if an expert's posting it, it's going to be the best, and there's just loads and loads of different sources on there for people like myself and other good people in the industry as well. Then in terms of compiling the insights, you want to watch the ad to understand it, transcribe it, so you can copy the script inside Magic Brief. There's a little function there. Then analyze the key elements that we've spoke about already in this document. So same way that you analyze previous ads, use this same element to analyze your competitor ads, figure out why it performed. So angles, concept, customer emotions that we spoke about, also awareness levels, that can all be broken down exactly the same that you do for yourself. Now, an action step here for you now, Go ahead and search for your competitors' ads using all 4 of the platforms. Then analyze the ads using the key elements I've listed in the doc already. Make a note of what aspects align with your previous ads, customers, and how you can use this in your ads. Now, PubMed, Reddit, and Google. So the importance of this is third-party platforms are an extremely valuable source of information. They give you an authentic point of view because it's the customer's true thoughts. If multiple people are debating a topic on a forum page, it highlights a controversial topic. So this makes our goal of creating resonating ads so much easier. So PubMed, for example here, do you know that 7 out of 10 people suffer with pain point? That's the power of PubMed. You know how effective that first line is going to be. And that all comes from PubMed, really, because people love stats. It adds social proof, authority, creates internal urgency to act on their pain points. It also adds trust and social proof, authority, one of the most important elements of an ad. So you can see an example here: collagen supplement improves skin hydration, elasticity, roughness and density. So really, really good. You can use this as social proof. You could use this as a 3D hook with like the page behind the creator. So yeah, really effective. So how to PubMed: search through your product's hero ingredients or unique mechanism into PubMed search bar. So this information could be utilized in various ways for clients, such as creating a script with a hook. What does science say about XYZ? Featuring an authority-driven male voice explaining the findings of a scientific study. So you could have like a fake scientist type thing. Using green screen hooks to highlight key findings from the studies. With some clever research, the possibilities for leveraging PubMed are extensive. And you can see here, preliminary results are promising for the short and long-term use of collagen supplements for wound healing and skin aging. Oral collagen supplements are also increase skin elasticity, hydration, and dermal collagen density. So you can see there, that's all really good information. You can go ahead and use in your ads to add that social proof and to make it, believable. People make big claims all the time on the internet. If you can back it with a scientist saying it, for example, then it's going to be really, really good. And these will be good for you your VSL style ads as well. Action steps: so go to PubMed, conduct some research around your product's benefits, note key findings and about how you can use this in your ads to build trust and authority. So Reddit, we use Reddit to find specific discussions about your product type or industry. This is the most authentic point of view you can get. People gossiping, because that's literally what it is. So this process equips us with ample material for hooks, problems, leads, product explanations, call to actions, and highlighting failed solutions in our scripts. So here's an example at the bottom here. Does anyone experience bloating symptoms when drinking coffee? So that would be a great example of a failed solution right there that you can use in your ad. And just to touch on that again, that one might seem obvious if you're a coffee drinker and you've had that, but if you're researching something that you've never used before, or your customers are giving a real authentic point of view about something you might not have thought about, that's when this becomes really, really valuable. So how to Reddit, we're looking at AG1 here, and one of this product's benefits is that it solves bloating, and I wanted to find some customer points of views around this subject. So I searched bloating in the Reddit search bar and filtered by the top posts. What caught my attention was a title mentioning "I've tried practically everything." On this subreddit, I found this person thought coffee was causing their bloating, which is their pain point, and they've tried cutting out fizzy drinks, eating more fiber, and exercising more, which is multiple failed solutions. And all of this information can be used in your ads because it's relating to those customer emotions that I spoke about previously, what you're trying to find. We have Google as well. So Google is another great method for gaining authentic thoughts from your customers and more general knowledge around the topic. So this is even more ammunition for your ads. Below is an example of one simple Google search that took me 5 seconds. These stats could be used in your ads to build trust, credibility, and authority. So I searched, does AG1 solve bloating? And I found here 97% of participants felt more energy and noticed less gas and bloating at 1 month. That's amazing information for your ads, and that is going to make your ads convert more 100% if you can use that information. That took me 5 seconds. Now, how to Google. So start with basic searches related to your product. So for example, why use product, product reviews, problem solutions. Look beyond the first page of Google results if you want the best results. So forums, blogs, any other sites where you might find some extra info. Extract anything that could be useful in your ads. This includes information about your product, customers, competitors, and industry. So action step, go ahead and test out the Google research for yourself. Use the search function as if you're the customer and follow their exact thought process. Imagine you have that problem or you want to find out that information. You'll find valuable insights, note down how you can find and use these in your ads. Next up is community. So this is good for authentic points of view. Community is an angle that's slightly different from what we've explored previously in this doc, because this section only focuses on what's happening in the community right now. So we want to explore your niche and your product. So there's two ways we can do this: comments on your ads and organic content as well. So this process allows you to get your ear to the ground with what's going on in your community. So it's really useful. Comments is the first place you'll always look. So it's a great place to get authentic points of view, whether it's negative or positive, because both will be there. If someone has taken the effort to go and leave a comment, then you know it's important. If it's negative, can you handle this objection in your ads? Can you answer that question in your ads? If it's positive, how can you build from it? How can you get it across in your ad? You'll sometimes find questions. Can you answer these in your ads? So I literally scrolled Facebook for about 5 seconds. I saw this. So this is an all-in-one tool. Does that include email and text? Thanks. I'm pretty sure that was on a HubSpot ad, if I remember correctly. So in their future ads, they can explain this, and you can see here when you're looking at awareness levels, if a load of people are commenting this on your posts or on your ads, then you know it's something that you need to address. How to comment. So head to your ads manager, find your ads. This can work with your Facebook posts as well. Gain insights from what customers are commenting and try to understand why. Take note of the patterns of engagement. Why does this post have a load of comments whereas the others have none? So are there any controversial topics you can build from? And here's an example from Space Goods. So Space Goods averages literally no likes or one like, a comment, or comments on their Facebook ads. It's generally no, to be honest. This post got 3 likes and 8 comments. So it's a very micro example, but you get the point. Now you would start to investigate why this happened and if it's something you can use in your ads. You could create a whole angle from this if it was powerful enough. Now, this below was just with 1 minute of looking. If you were to spend enough time, you could find viral posts. So if you kept scrolling on Space Goods, you can probably find a post with 100 likes and 100 comments. So why does that get 100 but this one get no? That's really important that you find out and use that in your ads. So you can see here, this one got 8 comments, 3 likes. So an action step here, check the comments of your ads on recent Facebook posts. Keep an eye out for any common points that keep popping up or comments with lots of engagement. Figure out a way to use this information in your ads by creating angles around it or using it as a hook. Now, organic. So organic community research is similar to the comment research on previous slides. This time we're looking for posts with lots of engagements to try and understand why they went viral. So 90% of the time it will be the brand's ICP who are engaging with the post unless it's a completely irrelevant post. Therefore, you can search through the posts and reels with the most engagement to try and understand why these posts did so well and how you can build from it. So a pro tip, you can download the Magic Brief Google Chrome extension, add the ads you find in TikTok Organic to the clients folder inside Magic Brief. This is useful to get all the ads in one place. And you can see here, there's a few examples. This one's got 225k, this one's got 175k, this one's got 8,000. So look at their profiles. Is that a lot for them? Is that not a lot for them? Why did it go viral? And that's what you've got to break down. So how to organic. For this process, you'll mainly be using TikTok and IG Reels since they're similar to our ad formats. Search inside these platforms for your product name, benefits of your product, niche, etc. There's 3 videos below, all talking about different angles to talk about mushroom coffees, all taking different angles. So I clicked on the one with the most views and checked the comments. So I can't bring myself to pay £24 for 1 sachet of coffee though. I feel like the only person who isn't affected by caffeine at all could have a coffee at 10 p.m. and be asleep by 10:30. Is it sweet? I like sugar in my coffee. Straight away, there's 3 good points you can build off. We have objection, high pain point, previous failed solution, coffee and caffeine, objection, product needs to be sweet. So that took me literally 10 seconds and you've got angles there that you can touch on inside your ads. So action step for you, search your product into TikTok search bar and review the post with the most views. Take a look at what the video is about, if it touches any of the key elements I've spoken about previously in this guide. Find a way to use this in your ads, build from them and test them. So now we move on to brand review. So this part of the process is pretty underestimated, and I like to call it the icing on the cake. This is a process of finding USPs, risk reversals, guarantees, etc., and sprinkling them into the ad as a conversion mechanism. Do not lead with them or shove them down the face of your customers in your ads. No one likes to be sold to, so don't do that. However, this can sometimes work if it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, working with new offers, you've got a big sale on, and I've seen it successful with static ads, however, but don't do it, generally. A pro tip is use risk reversals in your CTA for a higher conversion rate. So we should lead with product benefits, solving pain points, helping the customers, and all this, what I'm about to tell you about, should be extra benefits, like the icing on this nice cake. So finding USPs. Finding the USPs, benefits, and risk reversals is a simple process because 99% of the time, someone's already done it for you. So I'm going to go through an example here with the Udi. So I opened up their website and straight away I got hit with a 20% discount. There you are, there's a USP for you. And then I scrolled down further and I found 4 examples of great USPs that could all be mentioned as a conversion mechanism in your ads. So 4 million happy customers, 30 days comfort guarantee, 7 million Udis sold worldwide, free shipping over $50, and free returns. All really good USPs, and they all give people a reason to buy. So, you wouldn't want to start with this stuff. It could work, don't get me wrong, but 90% of the time, you don't want to start with this. You want to sprinkle this in, have it in your call to action, have it later in the ad. We have another example here. So I clicked on the first product to look for more. There's a discount and options to pay in 4 interest-free payments. That's more ammunition in your ads. I scrolled down some more on this product page and I found some more. So free shipping, flannel fleece exterior, super warm Sherpa fleece interior, 4 million happy customers. So you get the point. The majority of brands have made your life easier with effective landing pages where they list benefits and USPs, but sometimes you'll have to dig a little bit deeper to find them. So use ChatGPT, product descriptions, and competitor sites as well. So an action step for you, go onto your brand's site, product page, and identify 5 different USPs, risk reversals, and guarantees. Add these to your research doc so you can go ahead and use these in your ads. Now we move on to the bridge between winning research and winning ads. So compiling the research. As I said at the start of this doc, all your research should be compiled into one doc so you can handpick the research at the end to create your strategy. This will make your life so much easier when it comes to crafting and creating a strategy. Break down the doc into the same sections of this guide so you can quickly come back and get the information. So the same way that I split this document up, split yours up in the same way. And you need one document that clearly shows all the information. Don't have all different documents because you won't check them all. If you have it all clearly labeled, come up with your system to break it down, then this will be the best way to compile your research and get the most out of it. Now, in terms of creating a strategy, now you've got everything compiled into one place, you can easily create your game plan. Your strategy should be broke down into 3 main pillars: creator, angle, and concept. If there's anything that's caught your eye during the research phase, for example, catchy hooks, you should add this here. The goal of this is to have a clear and strategic plan to make your briefs like a scientific test, and also they'll just be way easier to write with all the information there because you'll test the ads, you'll see how they perform, you'll look back at your strategy and you'll say, okay, this angle, this concept, this creator performed the best, let's do more of this, and it'll just make your life so easy. Now, in terms of creator, your research should give you a good idea on the type of creator you need. This will make the process of your creator sourcing much easier since you know exactly what type you need. So in your strategy, briefly describe the specific creator demographics that you want in your ad. You might even have a creator in mind and you can put their name in there. So male 45 plus, for example. Then in terms of angle, the angle will be exactly what you're targeting in your ad. So this could be specific pain points, desired outcomes, failed solutions, just to name a few. It's important to go through your research doc and handpick the angle you want to go with. There should be a clear research matching the specific angle you want to go with, and you should have data behind that decision. It's important to not do all this research and then ignore it when it comes to the implementation. So a couple of angles here: upgrade your interior without paying a lot of money, a solution for car seats that are in bad condition and uncomfortable. Concept. So the concept will be the creative format that you're going to try. So here's some examples of concepts. We have unboxing, before and after, taste test. This should also be clearly outlined in your strategy so you can quickly refer back to it and optimize in the future. Your research should make choosing the concepts so easy. It shouldn't even be a thought because you've clearly seen all the best performing concepts. If it isn't, your research definitely isn't up to scratch. So all of this that I've spoke about here, creators, angle, and concept, this is the turning the research into strategy. So when you actually launch the ads, you can look back and see what performed, what didn't do so well, what did the best, and this is how you're going to optimize. Without this, it's all just going to be wishy-washy and you're going to be guessing pretty much. So make sure if you're doing all the research right, you put this strategy in place as well so you can easily refer back to it, and that's the only way you're going to grow. Test everything. Reverse engineering previous ads is the market's feedback. That's why that section is so important. However, it's important to understand that the majority of this process that I've gone through is theory, and there's nothing in this process that should be taken as 100% the truth. You shouldn't get too attached to an idea that is just theory. As they say in the crypto world, don't marry your bags. This is a constant pursuit of becoming more optimized. So you must test everything continually and receive the market's feedback and optimize from that. Now, thanks for reading or thanks for watching. I hope you got some value from that. That's literally the A to Z breakdown of the creative research process. And I really do hope you got some value. There's not really much more I can add, but please, if you want access to the document, then it's in the description. Please join my free Ad Creative newsletter if you're not on there already. I'll be giving away free actionable tips, free guides and advice to make you more money with your ad creatives. And where to find me. So if you found value in this, you're probably going to find value on my socials as well. So to say thank you for me and help me reach a wider audience, you can please give me a follow on socials, and I'll give away value like this pretty much daily. So I have X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and if you've got any questions, you can contact me at adam@mediaengineer.com. Now, if you want more help, if you're a DTC brand doing at least 50k per month, book a free consultation call and I'll go through exactly how we can get you to where you want to go, how we can help you scale. And that's all this call's about. So I'll break down your issues, where you're trying to go, and I'll break down exactly our strategy to help you. So I really appreciate you watching, and I'll speak to you soon.